My name's Alan Vivian, and I've been playing the clarinet for a long, long time. I've been a professional clarinet player for about 40 years. In that time, I've been mainly an orchestral clarinet player, but I've had a lot of experience with solo, concerto, recital work. I started off actually on the dark side. I started out as a jazz player, which is my excuse for putting a nice little jazz crossover piece into this program that we're doing. Always classically trained, but really had a big flirtation with jazz before I then went to Vienna to study and embraced the classical idiom much more. I teach at the ANU School of Music, where I have a studio of students of great ability who want to succeed in the profession. Of course, success in the profession is a really, really statistically difficult thing for them, but I think they'll give it their best shot. Well, clarinet players are reasonably fortunate in the instrument stakes because we don't have to mortgage our house to buy them. They're getting a little bit more expensive. The one difference for us, of course, we have two instruments. We have an A clarinet and a B flat clarinet. Some of the great repertoire is written for the A clarinet because it has a slightly longer tube, hence it's a lower sound, hence it's a richer sound. And some of the great composers, Mozart, Brahms quintets, are written for the A clarinet. For an audience, for a listener, it's difficult sometimes to tell the difference, but as performers, I can really, really feel the difference in the way it speaks to me. This is the B flat, and it's a French instrument. Most of the instruments now that the professional clarinet players play are French instruments. Grenadilla blackwood, an African wood. Coca-Cola wood on the bell here, which is made from a gentleman in Vancouver. Silver keys, and aren't they just gorgeous? I mean, after all these years, I look at it and I think, yep, that is a really, really lovely thing to create music with.
Hi, I'm David Pereira. I'm a cellist. If I speak a little bit about my approach to cello playing, I'm after playing which is technically effortless, doesn't require any thinking, and of course is highly accurate. Oh, and the other thing, it should be emotionally very, very responsive. That's what I'm after. I currently work at the Australian National University School of Music, where I've been teaching cello and playing cello since about 1990. It's a great place to be, and I love Canberra too.
A famous cellist once said the toughest thing about playing the cello, and it would apply to the violin too, is that the distance between the notes changes as you go from this, when the string is very long for a pitch, and then you go to so the vibrating length of string is very short. The space between, say, a tone for the fingers down here, as we say down here, is like that much distance. And then when you play the same interval up here, it's about that distance. So it seems to be quite a challenge for the organism, doesn't it, to remember these very finely graded differences of distance. It's supposed to be a difficult thing, but of course guitarists, even guitarists do that kind of thing, but then they have the advantage of frets. They can actually watch, but we're not supposed to look when we play. The bow technique is capable of developing and evolving over years. People will often get more and more skillful, and especially slow learners like myself keep getting more skillful as time goes by with managing this.
My name's Alan Hicks. I'm a pianist. I work here at the ANU as vocal coach and accompanist, and I run the voice area. Every venue has its own piano, in some cases 2 or 3. On occasion you get the choice of pianos in a venue. It's really only when you sit down and play it that you know what sort of a sound it's going to make. It's one of the challenges of playing the piano, that you have different instruments to deal with. It's very much I enjoy the challenge of getting the best sound out of any instrument, and I've played some fairly horrible ones in my day, also some very, very beautiful ones, and this is a lovely new instrument that the ANU has. But it's really a matter of, for me, it's a sort of a thing that happens up here. I sort of conceive the sort of sound I want to make, and then it's really using my ears and my fingers to sort of make beautiful shapes in the air, hopefully. I've worked with both David and Alan before. It's very easy. They're fabulous professionals. So we, sit down and almost in the first rehearsal we've got something there that's a wonderful foundation. A good performance to start with.